Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is Wednesday, March 30th, and the arbitration just ended. I may put a little sound effect in there of kids screaming, "Yay!" Yeah. I was done yesterday. At the end of the day, one of our team members, this happened quite a bit over the past 58 days that we've had this, where I will say, okay, they're done for the day, because that's just to let everyone know that no more pages are going to be coming forth. But we are not done. You know, we're still editing, proofreading, all that. This person tends to just sign out and not complete their sections. And it happened yesterday, and they came back and were like, oh, I came back to my computer and it was offline. No, lies. I don't believe it. I don't believe it because everyone else is still in the file. So I was just done. And so, yeah, today was done. It's 11:40 a.m. and I was done work about 15 minutes ago. So not a bad start to the Wednesday. And it's finally done. So we are just back to normal jobs. Okay, so I did stitch last night. Yeah, I did. I sat in here, listened to a podcast, and did some stitching. Remember, I am working on the Heart and Hand Imprints, Berries and Blooms, and I already have the berry one done. I am working on the blooms one. So I got done the rest of the box and then got done this box. And now I'm just starting in here because the negative space forms the word. You see how it formed the word berry over here. So I am just starting to stitch the green in there to form the word blooms and then the two flowers. So I will do some more stitching today for sure, because I have all of my chores and stuff done. And yeah. Okay. I do have a donation to the channel of $10 from Joanne Kirschenbaum. So Joanne, thank you so much. She has donated a few times to the channel, and it is very much appreciated. I even have 2 new members to the channel, and Angel Girly and Miss Red Stilettos Crafts and Shoes Closet. Thank you to everyone who chooses to be a patron, support the channel, send me a donation, because unlike some other creators, I don't do any extra stuff. I don't make charts. I don't do any extra videos. It's enough for me to get on here, honestly, and do a video 6 days a week, most weeks. So by you being a patron or joining the channel or donating, it is just literally because you love me and you want to support the channel. So it is, like I said, it is very, very much appreciated. I can't say that enough. And I'm going to pick a winner for the junk journal tomorrow. So, stay tuned for that, because yeah, I'll get that out in the mail tomorrow and all of that. Okay, no purchases. I have been very good. Yeah, I have been very good with not buying anything. I actually, though, yesterday, well, I bought some hand soap that we needed hand soap. I'm not talking about house stuff. I've been on the fence about what to do as far as nails, because the gel nails, they're nice, but I'm just like, eh. So I actually purchased a set of static nails where they're glue on. I've used glue on before, but the glue is a different formulation where it's not damaging to your nails. So I'm very curious because people rave about these nails. So, but I also bought some peel off polish. Now I know that that could just be the death of me. I bought 2 bottles of it. I'll probably put it on my toes for sure, on my toenails. But they showed, again, Instagram. I need to not look at Instagram ads because they will get you every time. You paint it on and then you can easily peel it off. What I'm afraid of is with me typing, I will be chipping that in a hot fucking minute. So we will see. We will see. So I'll let you know when that stuff comes in too. Talking points. Okay. So let me go to Facebook. I almost didn't get the Wordle today. It took me all 6 tries to get it because the way the word was, it could be a couple different options. And so by the time I got like a bunch of letters, I was on my 4th guess. So I did the 5th guess. Nope. And I'm like, well, today could be the day. Now, the one that is like the 6 letters, it's called word hurdle, I think. I'm doing really good at that. I get those in 2 or 3. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have any explanation for that. Okay, so we'll do a couple talking points and we're going to do a true crime story today. Yes, we are, because it's a day of celebration, right? The arbitration is over. I can't clap enough. I'm telling you. I am telling you what. Ugh. Okay. Okay, that was something about how a library card is valuable, and absolutely it is. I haven't been to there's a library in our town that is being rebuilt, and man, when that gets rebuilt, it is going to be stupendous. Like, it is going to probably be so technologically advanced, and first of all, it's about 4 times as big as the previous library. I will definitely be going when it is finally built. Okay. So here is a little thing about books. This person says, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I've been a librarian for 27 plus years, and I just want to say this. It's okay to buy books. It's okay to borrow books from the library. It's okay to collect books. It's okay to give books away when you've finished with them or sell them or trade them. Yes, audiobooks are reading. It's okay to not like audiobooks, because boy, is there a topic about that. Like, they're not my thing. I've listened to a couple, but in the grand scheme of things, I like to read the words on the page. It's okay to quit a book you're not enjoying. Yes! And it's okay to push through because you're goal-oriented. It's okay to not like the book everyone is raving about. That is another hot button topic on some of these groups on Facebook. It's okay to love the super niche sub genre that hardly anyone has heard of. It's okay to love whatever fandom makes you feel accepted. It's okay to watch the movie before you read the book. It's okay to read voraciously, and it's okay to slowly savor just a few books a year. Ignore the gatekeepers. Be a free-range reader. Read as much as you want of whatever makes you happy. And I remember when I was talking to Bill's ex-wife at a wedding we all attended in November of last year, and they put us all at the same table. So I had said something to her about my book goal, because I know she reads, and she showed me that she had read like 230 books already that year, and my jaw just dropped open. Like, we were only in November. And so I was like, well, I bow down to the queen, because I don't have anything close to that. And she said, well, something along the lines of, well, I just read adult romance or something, like it wasn't allowed or something. And I was like, that's okay. It doesn't matter if you read children's books. You're reading. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're reading. Okay. And I think I missed my calling. I should have went to school to be a librarian. I think I would have really enjoyed that. Yeah. Okay, so one more talking point, because, here's another one about books. And I loved, it just made me laugh so hard. So this person said, here is the list of books to read before you die. Number 1, any book you want. Number 2, don't read books you don't want to read. Number 3, that's it. Number 4, congratulations, you did it. Yeah, like saying, read what you want, don't read what you don't want. Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. I think so many times it's like, and that's the same thing with cross-stitch projects. If you start something and you don't like it, Give yourself permission to not work on it. I've done that many times. There's no police. We have to give ourselves grace, right? You have to give yourself permission to stop things you don't want to do. Yeah. Okay. Here's one more talking point, because this one is very, very important as well. This was posted in the Cross Stitch Unlimited group. And this is by Mary. And she said, I see many posts where the original poster is questioning if their work is good enough or looks right, etc. Yes, see tons of that. Let me just say that in after-school art programs or even sip and paint parties, the artists are repeatedly told that what they draw or paint is uniquely theirs and therefore is exactly how it should be. The goal is not to make an exact replica of the instructor's example. It is to make your creation with your own hands. Be kind to yourselves, people. There seems so little of it in the world these days. We are creating beauty. It and we needs to be celebrated. Yes, that's why if people want to stitch on aida, you want to use 3 strands, you want to use 1 strand, you want to stitch on linen, you want to change the colors. Like I changed all of the colors in the piece I'm working on. Go for it. Just go for it. I think we just question ourselves way too much. Yeah, and don't worry about what anybody else thinks about it. And by the way, I was talking about what I wanted to take as, like for a ta-da to the retreat. Yeah, why the fuck didn't I think of taking my junk journal? Hello? What? Of course I'm going to take that. That's going to be, and so what I think I'm going to do, the first night, we do ta-das Friday and Saturday. Friday night, my ta-da is going to be all the ort boxes I made for everybody, because I have not told anyone that I did that. The few people that go to the retreat that watch my channel, they're going to know ahead of time, but I haven't told anybody I did that. So, because you stand up and you you talk all about it. So that will be my ta-da for Friday. But Saturday, I'll show my junk journal, because I'll be able to put that in my bag with no problem. I'm very excited to try to pack that bag for a weekend, because I feel like I'm always loaded down when I'm trying to walk into the hotel to check in, and it's just, I'm done. I need now, and I was also trying to figure out like the food situation. You know, I like to have a plan for that. So I may have to bring one other bag. I don't know, because I want to bring like a couple energy drinks and a snack for in the room at night. Yeah, I need to figure that out. I try to pack as light little clothes as possible. I'm saying that wrong. Like I will wear jeans 2 days, and I don't know what the weather's going to be like April 22nd. It could be warm. But I try to pack literally the bare minimum, because I don't want to fill my suitcase with clothes, right? But that bag is pretty roomy. So yeah, we'll see. I may do a video when that day comes of me packing, how I packed that bag, because if I can get out of here with one bag in my hand and my purse, I will be ecstatic. Okay. Yeah, your work is good enough. All right. I have 2 OMG moments. One of them is, this is amazing. It's by Debbie Adams, and it is Fractal 54 from Cross Stitch Collectibles. She started it on January of 2007 and finished it March 24th of 2022. So 15 years. That's dedication. 192,000 stitches. Get out of here with that. It's 36 3/4 by 27.5. Good night. Wait till you see it. It's amazing. It is, I mean, just stunning. Look at this. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Yeah. I'm sure if she gets this framed and hangs it on the wall, people won't be able to stop staring at it. Yeah. Stunning, right? I love stuff like that. I don't know if I could ever stitch it, but I love to look at it. And then the final OMG moment, and I'm going to have to do some looking around on Facebook tomorrow for other topics. So Pat posted this in Cross Stitch Unlimited and said, I think we should all find a building in our community and cross stitch the outside. So this guy named Jeffrey had posted and said, so if I'm driving along and something catches my eye, I'm going to stop. I may have to turn around a few times to find a place to park, but usually I find a way. Today I was driving along and saw this abandoned building with what I first thought was a mural painted on the side. But as I passed it, it didn't look like paint. It looked almost like needlepoint or something, and it turned out to be something pretty amazing. I wonder who took the time and had the vision to do this. So I'm going to show you. He has more than one picture because he has an up close picture, which, okay, here's the building. Now, if you glance at that, it would look painted, right? It's not. My mind was blown. Okay, here's a closer up picture where you can kind of see that someone fucking cross-stitched on it, because there is like a grate on the outside of the building. Look, here is it up close. There was like wire on the outside of it, and they fucking crossed. Can you imagine who did that? Now, I realize that it may have been done, it may have been stitched onto that before put onto the brick, because I can't imagine how you would get like to the backside to end your thread or anything. But holy hell. Yeah, look, here are some, look how big, it's like rope. I can't. It says he says it wasn't yarn. It was much heavier and stronger than that. Someone painstakingly cut that metal mesh to fit around the windows and doors, fastened it to the brick, and then took cords of different colors and created this design. Like I said, I'm thinking that maybe it was stitched on there before it was, I don't know, but I mean, let's look at that again. I mean, what? I would love to see something like that in our area. Amazing. Stunning, stunning, stunning. All right. Are we ready for the true crime story? Because it's been a minute since I've done a true crime story on here. I hope you guys are all having a good day. This has been the best day I've had in a long time. Arbitration's over. I'm still reading the book I Said Yes by Kirsten Moglin. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's almost like I can't stop reading. I'm already on page 104 and I just started it yesterday. Okay. Today's story is Shannon Griffin. Wow, this is kind of a long one. Okay. Shannon O'Rourke was a NASA aeronautical engineer. She was literally a rocket scientist. Roscoe Griffin was a handsome Air Force officer stationed at the space agency as a computer trainer. When Shannon and Roscoe met, the attraction was instant. The couple started dating, and before long, Roscoe had proposed and Shannon had gleefully accepted, and that was in 1991. Fast forward 20 years, and we find the Griffins still together, still happy in each other's company, still very much in love. That's nice. Much had changed over the preceding 2 decades. I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to get myself situated here. Let me move the stitching. The couple's daughter had grown up and gone off to college. They had also retired from their respective careers, Roscoe by choice and Shannon because she had suffered a stress-related seizure on the job. Ooh. Home was now a small farmstead in Worth County, Missouri, a world away from the high-pressure environment they were used to. For Shannon, the tranquility was a blessed relief. For Roscoe, still fit and healthy at 52, it felt like a death sentence. Oh, boy. This isn't going to go well. And so Roscoe started casting around for a second career and soon landed himself a plum teaching job in Lyons, Kansas. Excitedly, he informed Shannon that he was going back to work. he was met by Shannon crying. She says, "I'm not moving to Kansas," remaining firm against any attempts to change her mind. Eventually, Roscoe had to come up with an alternative solution. He suggested that he could commute to work, staying in lines during the week and spending weekends on the farm. Shannon didn't like the idea, but Roscoe was adamant this was something he needed to do. Yeah, I think that would just be the death of a marriage if you're not with your partner. Not saying this for everybody, but that wouldn't work for me. Being away from your partner for all week and then just having the weekend. No. Now, if you're in the military and you know that going in, but this is different, right? So over the months that followed, the couple settled into the routine of weekdays apart and all too brief weekends in each other's company. The arrangement suited neither of them. Shannon hated being alone, and the 9-hour round trip was starting to take its toll on Roscoe. Time and again, he tried to convince Shannon to join him in Lyons. Time and again, she refused. She was staying put. Not only that, but she wanted Roscoe to quit his job and come back home. That had to be very tough. Very, very tough for both of them at this point. The Griffins, as we have already noted, had enjoyed a harmonious marriage. This standoff was by far the greatest challenge they had faced, and it was putting strain on both of them. In Roscoe's case, this manifested as depression and sleeplessness. Eventually, he decided to speak to someone about it. The local VA hospital had a psychiatrist on staff, and so he made an appointment. He expected that he would be discussing his problem with some bookish shrink in a tweed jacket. What he didn't expect was Dr. Irina Puskariu. We're going to say Dr. Irina because I don't know. I murdered that last name. Irina was 46 years old, dark-haired, and pretty. She made quite an impression on Colonel Griffin. Oh boy, here we go. After just a couple of sessions, he decided that he would like to get to know her better. By the ethics of her profession, Dr. Irina should have turned down the dinner date that the Colonel proposed. And you're married, Colonel Griffin. But she found herself attracted to him, and so she said yes. That initial date turned into another and then another. It did not take long before doctor and patient were involved in a passionate affair. No! Nope. Back in Missouri, Shannon Griffin was blissfully unaware of her husband's dalliance. I'm telling you, I've told Bill this again and again. If you ever have an inkling that you're going to cheat on me, I better never find out. Not that I would resort to murder, but we would be done in an instant. I don't care how long we're married. There's no forgiveness for me. No. Roscoe gave not a hint that he had strayed until the occasion of the couple's 20th wedding anniversary. Oh my God, wait till you read what I just read. Then he would confess the truth of his affair in the most heartless way imaginable. Shannon had sent him a congratulatory message via social media. He responded by telling her that he had fallen for someone else and wanted a divorce. Really? Wow, that is a fucking coward's way of doing that. First of all, on social media and responding to a message. Oh my God. She had to have been devastated. That message quite understandably left Shannon devastated. Nonetheless, she decided that she was going to fight for her marriage. I mean, they'd been married for over 20 years. She begged Roscoe to return home so that they could talk things through face to face. Roscoe agreed, but the meeting would not yield the outcome that Shannon had hoped for. Roscoe started by reiterating his desire for a divorce. When Shannon refused, he offered an alternative. What? No! They could remain married, but only if Shannon gave her approval for him to continue his relationship with Irina. Okay, no! You can imagine how that went down. Yeah, we can stay married, but you need to let me continue to be fucking my psychiatrist. I don't think so. No, ma'am. No. Shannon Griffin was a scientist, a woman whose career had revolved around finding logical answers to difficult problems. Now, facing perhaps the most testing challenge of her life, she applied that same methodology. Oh boy. To her mind, her marriage had been perfect until Irina came along. Logic, therefore, dictated that removing Irina from the equation would return it to its former perfect state. Shannon also reasoned that the way to eliminate her rival was to sit down with her and talk things out. She considered herself a reasonable woman and trusted that Irina would be too. Yeah, this is not going to go well, obviously. There wouldn't be a story. But the meeting set up by Roscoe, Lord have mercy, can you even imagine him going to Irina and like, yeah, my wife wants to talk to you. It's like, did he even tell Irina he was married? So the meeting did not go well. Shocker, right? Shannon had imagined that she would keep her cool when faced with her husband's lover, but her emotions got the better of her. I get it. She went immediately on the attack, screaming at Irina and calling her a homewrecker. Roscoe had to drag her away before things got physical. Even then, Shannon continued ranting until he promised that he would end things with Irina. Her ploy, it seemed, had worked. She had shown Roscoe how much he meant to her, and now he was back in the fold. Love had overcome. Nope. Unfortunately for Shannon, Roscoe was lying through his teeth. Motherfucking liar. No. He continued his affair with Irina, even as he was agreeing to attend marriage counseling sessions with his wife. It was at the very first appointment in January 2012 that Shannon would learn the truth. Oh, man. In the midst of the consultation, Roscoe suddenly announced that he had decided to file for divorce after all. He then offered Shannon his previous compromise. She could remain his wife, but it would be in name only. He was going to continue seeing Irina. So, remain his wife in name only for monetary reasons? What would be the reason for that? Don't quite know, but if he's got a job, he's probably going to be paying her alimony. Well, she's probably in prison. We know something happens, right? For Shannon, this was the last straw. I get it. I get it. On January 13th, 2012, she sat down to write her husband a note. You're not prepared to deal with this, so I will. Oh. Then she got into her car and set off on the 250-mile journey to Gladstone, Missouri, where Irina lived. Irina opened her door that afternoon to find a 9mm pistol pointed at her face. She backed off into the house, holding up her hands as Shannon followed. Irina started to say something, but the words never made it past her lips. 3 shots were fired in quick succession, the thud of the gun deafening in the confined space. Each of the high-caliber bullets found its mark in Irina's face, smashing teeth and splintering bone. She was dead before she hit the floor. Yeah, I mean, you're shot 3 times in very quick succession at close range like that. Yeah. There was never any doubt as to the identity of the shooter. Irina's mother had entered the room just as the shots were fired. Oh my God. Her daughter had been murdered right before her eyes. Aside from that, Shannon called her daughter from her cell phone while she was driving home, and she just said, I killed her, in a voice devoid of emotion. She probably in shock. I had to protect your father from that evil woman. The daughter called Roscoe, who, after phoning Irina's house and verifying that a shooting had taken place, called the police. Shannon was pulled over by a highway patrolman just outside of Wichita, Kansas. She was arrested at the scene. Charged with second-degree murder, Shannon Griffin was brought to trial in 2015. She entered a guilty plea and was sentenced to 20 years in prison, with an additional 20 years added for armed criminal action. Wow. Okay, so 40 years. And was it worth it? No. No, it was not. You know, I understand her reaction, but I can't reiterate enough, ladies or men, nobody is worth your life in prison. Nobody is worth your life. Nobody. Nobody is, it's not worth killing somebody over. It's not. It completely is not. We've read all these stories and we know this. Don't do it. Do not do it. If anything, she should have taken him for all she could. The house, alimony, you get yours, right? Oh yeah. Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. All right. So that was quite the entertaining story though, because boy, you got some balls. Yeah, we'll stay married, but I'm going to keep, you know, being with Irina. No. All right. That was a good tear. Okay, here's a long one. Wow. Here's a little mind bomb for you to mull over. People themselves are never stuck, and never is all in caps. The only thing that's ever stuck about a person is what they talk about. We get trapped in our stories, our descriptions of life, and that kind of stuckness will only allow you to see life from a distinct viewpoint with the same predictable solutions to the same old stories over and over. Absolutely. You know, sometimes you do. You have to flip the script. You have to change the story that you either tell yourself or what you talk about with others. And you know, when I go to the retreat, that happens a lot. Lacey and I have kind of an inside joke where we will just look at each other when someone starts to tell a story that we've heard like 80,000 times. I mean, some stories are good to tell over and over, but especially since I haven't seen any of these people since December. So it'll be like almost 4 months by that time. There's going to be stuff to catch up on for sure. Okay. I hope you guys all have a great Wednesday. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and visiting and all of that. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.